It's Thursday night.
You disgust me.
It's 9 o'clock. So that makes it time for Thursday night vibes with Master Roachee and Caitlin the Talent. Namaste, greetings, salutations. Thank you for joining us this evening. Caitlin,
Yes.
how are you doing?
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. So a little bit better than, say, last week?
Oh, much better. Yeah.
Much better, much better.
Yeah.
In case you missed it last week, we had a little Caitlin, Tammy, Tiffany drama going
Oh my
on,
God.
and Caitlin ranted about it through most of the show.
I did.
So things are better. Are things better?
Things are better. Things
Good.
are very much so better.
Good.
Yeah.
So what's been going on? Talk to me. Talk to us.
I went to work, and then I went home and worked on schoolwork, and then I watched my show, and then I went to bed. And then I went to work, and I did my work, and then I went home, and I worked on schoolwork, and then I watched my show, and then I went to bed. And then I went to work, and I worked, and then I went to home, and then I worked on schoolwork, and then I watched my show, and then I went to bed.
That sounds a lot like what I did on my summer vacation.
It's a lot. It's not a lot, but
I got up.
it's a smidgen.
I went downtown to look for a job. I didn't find a job, so I hung out in front of the drugstore.
Oh my gosh.
The second day of my summer vacation, I got up. I went downtown to look for a job. I didn't get a job, so I went and hung out in front of the drugstore. The third day of my summer vacation, I got up. I went downtown to look for a job. I got a job, keeping people from hanging out in front of the drugstore.
Hello, Christopher Fisher.
Namaste, Chris.
Hello, Christopher friend.
Namaste, cousin Chris.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Jamie.
What? What?
Never mind the troll in the corner. She'll get it in a minute.
Yeah,
But
so
I'm glad to have my cousin Chris watching us. That is very nice.
I'm just trying to find an appropriate work, life, school. I did say hi to my sister! I'm just trying to find an appropriate work, school,
Work, school, life balance.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah, because
right.
I don't really do much of the social life. Like, this is like the maximum extent of my social life right here.
And
Which I don't.
that should give you all some positive feelings. Oh, go ahead.
I'm very introverted. Like, my job requires me to use the majority of my extrovert energy that I have in order to best perform my job. So after I am off the clock, like, I'm very introverted. I do not like to do extroverted things when I am not on the clock.
Oh.
Because I work with people and it takes a lot of energy to work with people all day, especially since people are very unpredictable and you never know how people are going to be, what kind of mood they're going to be in.
So, Caitlin, can I
Just
ask
everything.
a follow-up question?
Sure.
Of you?
Yeah.
So, are you basically telling us people suck?
They can, yeah.
Oh.
Yesterday, for example, I worked a 12-hour shift yesterday, and for the first 8 hours, I worked on the health center side of the healthcare facility that I work at, and then for the last 4 hours, I worked on our assisted living side. And usually, the assisted living side isn't that bad. It's chill. I, do what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I can get a little reading done, some light reading here and there in between call lights and such. But yesterday, this one resident just, for whatever reason, decided whenever he was going down to the dining room, he was just gonna cuss me out for like no reason at all. And I was just like,
well, wait, does he know you?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yes.
then that's reason enough.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I can understand.
Well, I told him, I was like, if you are going to talk to me like that, don't talk to me at all, because that's not very nice language, because he was using all sorts of colorful words out in front of everybody, like other residents, family members, you name it, they heard it.
Well, that's not very respectful.
Yes, and then that's what I told him. I said, don't.
But people don't suck. Just some people need more love and understanding. And I know it can grate on you, but you got to keep you can't let other people's negative energy pull your energy down.
And I don't. I'm just saying, I'm very introverted, so dealing with people all day, it takes a lot of my energy to just really push myself to do that.
Right. I can dig that.
But I mean, I like doing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's an important thing. It's not as draining if you like what you're doing.
Well, and there's the big discussion that's been going around for the past 15 or so years now, whether people are introverts or extroverts. And I've always thought on that question. And I've always thought myself to be more of an introverted person. But like, if I really break it down to brass tacks, I think I fall somewhere in the middle.
I'm extremely introverted too.
I think I'm in the middle.
I'm extremely introverted also.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
You can tell. Yes, you are. Yes, you are on the, kind of non-cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Well, because
you're kind of you're further left on the cuckoo, but you're somewhere in that middle range.
Because in my work life, I like to be more extroverted as to where with like my personal life.
Right.
It's more introverted and or just like close friends and or family.
Right. Well, I definitely understand, because you do put a lot of energy out at work and you need time to recharge and regroup and and that's kind of good. In fact, pardon me.
Goodness gracious.
We got a brand new show that's going to be coming out.
Ooh.
Starting on February 6th. That's Monday nights with Master Roachee on the Grow Fam network. So check us out. It's going to be Caitlin and I. If we can do it together, if not, we may be doing it in 2 locations.
We're gonna attempt to swing it.
We'll figure out how to do this, but we're going to talk more about the holistic living. We're going to talk about cannabinoids. We're going to talk about magical herbs. We're going to talk about kitchen remedies, how to get your energy up. We're also going to discuss cannabis and the occult. So all kinds of interesting discussions coming up. Check us out on Monday nights. In fact, we've got a little bit of a promo. I don't think I'm quite finished with it, but do you want to play that new Monday night promo?
Yes, I can, but real fast, I wanted to say hey to Happy Hippie 365.
Happy Hippie 365.
365.
Yes, Crystal needs to get Mama Roachee. Crystal, she needs to get in touch with you. We've got some stuff we need to talk about. I got to get back in touch with Mrs. Bearded Buds too. So
work on that.
I will.
Put it on your calendar. And then also hello to Jeff Schaefer.
Hello, Jeff. Namaste, my friend. My friend. So yeah, let's pull this up and kind of show them. This is just a little promo for the show coming up, and would love to see you guys there.
Nope.
Started it in the So yeah, check us out on Mondays. It's going to be quite interesting. We're going to have some different cool stuff going on. Kind of like everything you ever wanted to know about cannabis, but was afraid to ask, or people lied to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. We're gonna dispel some myths and also talk about keeping everything natural and organic. Especially with the herbs that we use for our natural remedies, and same thing with the plants that you grow. It's an amazing thing to be able to grow organically. So yeah, check that out. Gotta check us out.
Heck yeah. Hi, Doyle.
Hey, Doyle, what's going on, my friend? So happy to see you tonight. Happy to see you.
I figured out how to make myself less pasty.
How to make yourself less pasty? How do you do this?
I turned the brightness on the computer down.
Oh, all right. So did that help?
I think so.
Okay. Going outside and getting some sun.
Oh, well, the sun's got to be out first.
Oh, yeah.
It's winter time, buddy.
I know.
Winter.
But you still need to get some rays. It boosts that serotonin, helps you kick the winter blues. And, everybody has, this is a terrible time of year for depression. Right after the holidays, you have all the excitement and you're going and doing and you're so busy and you have expectations, and then it ends. And, then on top of that, you have the credit card bills from Christmas rolling in. So, getting outside, getting a little sun, helping boost that serotonin is important. What you got?
Jeff Schaefer said sun's actually closer now, LOL.
Right.
And
right.
then Christopher Fisher said vitamin C from the sun.
Vitamin D, right on. Yes.
I feel like I spend a little bit of time outside.
Well, that's
I got
good.
to go outside to split the wood to heat the house. So I do get some outside exposure. It's just
Oh, I'm waiting for spring. I can't wait to, be able
beautiful.
to go out and ground and get in the sun. And uh, it's tough during the winter months. When you're cooped up and all.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I've really felt it the last couple of weeks. I have not been productive. Uh, there's several things I need to be doing. One is revising the business plan to get it in front of some investors,
Right.
and it's a lot of boring
My production
work.
levels are always in maximum overdrive because I gotta go to work. And then when I get off of work, I have to work on schoolwork. And then I also, like I said, I like to spend some me time
Right
just
on.
melting my brain, as I refer to it, to myself, watching, whatever show I may be watching at the time.
Well, I think you're binging on the
Yeah, I am. The Walking Dead series,
The Walking Dead. Yes,
yes.
Caitlin had never seen it, and
Well, okay, yeah, because I thought it was stupid at
yeah,
first.
right,
Privy to last Friday when I was like in and out of a comatose state on your couch, and during my periods of wakefulness, I was watching The Walking Dead and getting into it and then falling back asleep. So yeah, I started watching it from the first season.
very good, very good.
Yeah, yeah,
So, are you enjoying it?
yeah.
Now, I want you to do. This is something that I've talked about to other people about the Walking Dead. Is you have to, if you detach yourself from the storyline of the group that the cameras have been following, and look at it from the other people that they're meeting, uh, especially as you continue to watch it, uh, it you find out that everybody's not quite as good as and wholesome as you would like.
No, well, and even if you were to look at the character Rick per se, he has a lot of internal struggles with the things that he's had to do as a person living in that reality. And he even refers to himself as a monster
Right.
a lot. Uh, and if you were another group following that group, just watching from the outside, you know, um, viewing them as somebody in competition for survival, you would see them in that group as monsters rather than, feeling sympathy for
Right.
those people. So, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right on.
yeah.
Right on.
I feel like even though it's set in a post apocalyptic world, a lot of the themes that they carry through the show um, are applicable to life nowadays. Um, And the other thing that I've been finding really scary is all the similarities, even though, once again, they're in a post apocalyptic world. Um, those with the world we're living in now being in the COVID endemic. Is it an endemic now? Or is it still a pandemic?
It depends on who you listen to. Some people are saying it's over,
Yeah.
so and it's just being dealt with like seasonal flu and pneumonia.
Right. Well, and if you talk to anybody that worked in healthcare, such as myself,
Right.
from the beginning of the COVID pandemic, a lot of me and my coworkers speculated that, like, it wasn't going to go away because it's a virus. Viruses don't just go away.
Nope,
And
they do
it
not.
was going to become like the flu, like RSV, like all the other viruses where we just deal with it and not freaking cause a mass panic over it.
Well, I never really got. If I did get COVID, I was asymptomatic. So I had one round of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because I wasn't going to take any of the RNA,
mRNA.
yeah, uh, vaccines, and I've coped quite well with it. So
I didn't get COVID until after I got my first vaccine. I went 2 whole years in the pandemic without getting COVID, and then in January of 2022, a year ago, I got COVID for the first time.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's about right. And
Yeah.
one thing, the other thing that The Walking Dead shows, both Fear of the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, is don't trust your government.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, it's I don't know. They work on a lot of scary stuff, and having that, which code was mild by the standards of some of the stuff they're working with,
Oh, yeah.
and it's scary. And I don't even know if we should even be messing with that kind of thing.
I don't think so. I think it should be considered a level of biological warfare, especially if you're
Oh yeah.
infecting various creatures with it, because you know they are.
Well, how do you think they study it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, if there ever is a zombie apocalypse, like, you know it was created by the government. Like, it didn't just happen.
You heard it from Kate. If
Yeah.
there's ever a zombie apocalypse, it came from the government.
One of the things that's really messing with me
Yes.
about The Walking Dead is how have they not killed off all of the zombies by the end of these
'Cause there's
series?
hundreds of thousands of them.
Billions.
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 So yeah, it's going to take a long time to kill that many off.
Yeah, but they do. Well, okay. I would like somebody to break it down into statistics, which somebody probably already has. I'd probably just have to do some Google research, because if you think about it statistically, with how many groups there were, like the groups that formed in The Walking Dead, how many zombies they killed like each day and whatnot, how long it would take for the zombie apocalypse to be over. Because I mean, it would have to come to an end at some point. I feel like it would have to come to an end. Now, there would be little hiccups, because like in the case of The Walking Dead, the virus or whatever it may be, bacteria or fungi that everybody is infected with, like when they die, they turn into a zombie after they die.
Mhm.
Like, regardless of whether they're bitten or not.
Right.
So like there would be hiccups where somebody forgot to stab Timmy in the brain after he died to make sure he didn't turn into a zombie, of course. But like, how long would it take to kill the hordes of zombies is what I want to know. That's the information I want.
A while. A while.
But you got to think about it, because like Rick's group was just one of the groups across America that was taking out zombies. How many other groups like his were across America taking out zombies?
We don't know.
Exactly. And across Canada and across Mexico and Southern America and blah, blah, blah. And did it spread across the entire world over to China and Russia and blah, blah, blah,
Yes,
blah,
it
blah,
did.
blah. Yeah, exactly. So, like, how many groups of survivors were taken out? How many zombies? And how long did it take to kill all of the zombies?
I can't answer that. But maybe somebody else could.
Big thoughts.
Big thoughts. Deep
Big
thoughts.
thoughts.
I've never put that much thought into it.
Big thoughts.
I haven't. I haven't. But I'm glad you have.
Yeah.
And that is reassuring.
Well, and before COVID, I used to think, because The Walking Dead has been around long before COVID came around. I used to think that if there were to be a outbreak of a virus or bacteria or some kind of substance that caused people to turn into zombies, that the government would get it under control before it began infecting everybody. However, with the way that everybody reacted to COVID, that put a lot of doubts in my mind.
Well, before we go any further, we should tell people who this show is sponsored by. And it's sponsored by
Master Roachee's Garden, of course.
MasterRoachesGarden.com. You can go and check out our beard oils, our merchandise, our t-shirts, rolling trays, grinders, carts, oils, beard oils, we've got something for everybody. We're running a 10% off sale this month on our Ambrosia nights. If you're having trouble sleeping, this is the ticket. It works with your endocannabinoid system. It's natural. It's non-habit forming. It does not have any side effects. It's a full spectrum CBD with CBN and a little bit of Delta 8. Relaxes the mind and body.
Bind and Madi.
Yeah, mind and body. So you can get that deep restorative sleep, because the endocannabinoid system is bound to our homeostasis, keeping everything in balance and in healthy. So you feed that endocannabinoid system and you're going to feel better. What do you think, Caitlin, the talent?
I think it sounds nice.
It's wonderful. It is wonderful. So if you have any problem at all sleeping, getting your mind to shut down, getting your body to relax, I would suggest Ambrosia Nights. In fact, we're hoping to be written up in a publication coming out soon. So we'll let everybody know when that's released. But they're going to maybe evaluate our Ambrosia Nights.
I don't know if Happy Hippie 365 was talking to me whenever I was talking about my zombie rant, but she said a couple of weeks.
Okay, couple of weeks
to take out all the zombies.
I
feel like it wouldn't be more than 5 years. I feel like definitely less than 5 years.
Depends. It depends on if. In fact, we'll get back to that after I had some people talking to me about some music we played a long time ago by a band called Recoil.
Yes.
And everybody really liked the song and wanted to know if they hadn't seen it for a while, and wanted to know if we could play it again. So why don't you pull up Kings and Queens? This was shot at Static Shack in Indianapolis. So these guys rock. I hope you dig it, and we'll be back in a minute.
just to watch it fall. We failed to rise when we had it all. We were free, free to be kings and queens. We were free, free to be kings and queens. We built a kingdom just to watch it fall. We failed to rise when we had it all. We were free. We were free, free to be kings and queens. We were free, free to be kings and queens. You broke the vine, you strayed from the line, tied me to broken pieces. You wasted our time, turned our eyes from the crime, tied me to broken reasons. We were free, free to be kings and queens.
No, not really. He said,
Not my normal type of jams, but we had some rockers that had been asking about it, and so we wanted to oblige.
Oblige.
What I was getting ready to say before we went to the song was, yeah, I think collectively the groups could fight off and defeat the zombies. The problem is the tribalism that comes about, and instead of joining the tribes together and working together for the best of everyone, everybody segregates off into their groups and demonizes the other ones and competes for resources instead of joining together and sharing resources. So it depends. If everybody stays together, yes, there would be a chance. But if everybody divides up into tribes, then don't know.
Well, and there's a whole nother level of it that I didn't think about until recent episodes too, that I'm watching through my personal journey of The Walking Dead.
Right.
Is there's another level of not just like good people turning bad. There's the bad people that make it through the zombie apocalypse, like the rapists and the murderers and the
more unsavory
yes,
lots.
yes, like that are just looking for people to hurt, like people that are still people that they can hurt. And like I think you forget about that when you're watching a show like that until the directors make it obvious, like, hey, there's still people like that in this world.
Right. And unfortunately, they probably will be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Big thoughts.
big,
thoughts.
deep thoughts from Caitlin, the talent.
Big thoughts.
Well, yeah, it's different, and I think it's interesting to watch how the society falls, and
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting. But and that tells us we need to have post-apocalyptic vocations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your time and your knowledge is worth something.
Right. Well, obviously, like me
Hmm.
and you, we both have medical backgrounds.
Medical backgrounds and herbalist backgrounds.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
we could make a lot of the medicines.
Yeah, because I know part of what got me into The Walking Dead was when you and Mom were watching it, and in the episodes that you guys were in, they had actually formed like their own little community, and people that were doctors and herbalists before the apocalypse were working as doctors within the community,
Yeah.
using items that they had foraged in order to help treat people's symptoms and such, which, I mean, there are a lot of good life-saving pharmaceutical medications out there. However, I don't think it would be necessarily a bad thing on that aspect of it if the pharmacy companies fell and we had to go back to our roots. Yeah, a lot would happen, but like it would also teach people like you don't need pharmaceutical companies to
No,
fix
there
you.
was a kid. Your Mama Roachee was telling me about this, and I didn't read the story, so I'm just going to relay secondhand what she was telling me, that a student got into a discussion with his teacher about the effectiveness of oregano
Right.
versus amoxicillin. And he did a science fair project showing that oregano oil was actually more effective than amoxicillin.
Nice.
So I need to look up a little bit more, but the remedies, the natural remedies, have real power, and we've forgotten that is a lost history because we've been fed so much garbage from the media and pharmaceutical companies that their way is the only way.
Well, and not just that, a big thing that I've noticed with working in healthcare, as long as I've worked in healthcare, is pharmaceutical companies have taken things that have been around forever, either concentrated them or put a different name on them in order to market them to people who are in need of such medications. A big oral medication that stands out to me is digoxin. I can't remember what plant it's synthesized from, but digoxin originally was a plant that people would chew on and eat, and it would bring their heart rate and their blood pressure down. Before it's like one of the original.
Is that like digitalis?
Something like that.
No, that's foxglove.
So it's some kind. I can't remember
So,
which plant it is, but digoxin originally came from a plant, and people were using it for their heart rate and blood pressure before.
I think that's foxglove.
Yeah, I
That
can't remember
from.
for sure.
So yeah, I mean, there's some. In fact, you're right. Pretty much all of the standard medication that we've used for years are all synthesized or recreated from the original uh, plant material.
Right. Well, and I know it's been a minute since you've been in the healthcare game.
Oh,
However,
yeah.
so something that I find funny is when I first started working in healthcare for wound treatments, like a big thing was using this stuff called hydrogel, which is water, glycol, that makes a paste to keep wounds moist. Now, however, we have moved back towards meta honey being the standard treatment used in wound care, unless it needs to breed it or something along those lines. Meta honey, which is honey with some other stuff added to it in order to make it more potent.
Well, one of the things that the pharmaceutical companies did do is before, you were looking at oils, tinctures, suspensions, maybe some capsules, but they made everything. And honestly, a lot of the natural remedies don't have a great taste.
Right.
Where the the song "A Spoonful of Sugar Helps the Medicine Go Down."
Right.
That's where it came from because some of the stuff is pretty nasty, but it's extremely effective. So what the pharmaceutical companies were able to do is concentrate it, synthesize it into pill forms where you don't have to deal with the taste, and it's a
Right.
lot easier to get people to take medication, when they don't gag doing it.
Right, but then they're also being shady and adding all kinds of random fillers into them.
Right. That's unfortunately to be expected.
Suspicious.
But yeah, along with suspensions, I should mention teas
Mm-hmm.
are another very effective way of getting this. And we are working on getting into the kitchen. We're waiting on some stuff that we need to set everything up. But we've got our ideas, and I think we're going to try to make this happen fairly soon. But yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be showing you how to brew up and do some of your own natural home remedies in the kitchen with Master Roachee and Caitlin, the talent.
So going back to The Walking Dead, another big one that I saw recently
Yes.
was okay. So since I just went through the season where they're in the prison, that was one of the seasons that I just went through. They used elderberry to make teas in order to combat flu-like symptoms that people were experiencing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So, and all of this stuff, a lot of it can just be grown in your garden. I mean, I would love to see.
Not even just grown in your garden. You could, if you were to go out to a nice wooded area that.
Oh, well, God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was untouched by man. You could forage.
Well, you could.
If you knew what you were looking for.
But I'd like to see a lot more gardens instead of fine trim lawns.
Well, yeah.
And we're, I try to do a little bit of that each year, planting stuff. I want to try it, and I bought them, I think, too late in the season. Trying to get them on clearance, but I need to get a couple of cherry trees and get those planted because also the monarchs love cherry trees.
Mom said that we grow our herbs in pots.
Yes, we grow our herbs in pots, and we have, have a better garden this year, but we're going to, we grow a lot of our stuff. I'm going to plant some medicinal herbs this year, some different ones, because a lot of them you don't need to plant every year. They're, you don't use that, much of them.
Right.
But, you got to refill every once in a while.
Well, if you're going to use them for medicinal purposes, you need to do a lot more than you would do just for eating purposes.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to fill some jars with them, not shakers.
Yeah. Yeah. Depending on what you were making with them, of course.
So yeah, I got some good recipes, and fortunately, we won't be able to sell a lot of these under the Master Roachee's Gardens label.
Mom said as long as the goats stay out of the garden.
Yeah, goats in the garden can be a problem.
They can.
They can.
They can. Do you have a rant tonight, buddy?
I think my rant tonight is, I think I do. And it's getting back to what we were talking about the zombies and tribalism. We're seeing too much of this again. And it's only going to get worse because of the 2024 elections that are coming up.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to realize that 90% of the politicians are crooks and liars anyway. They're in it for their own game. They really don't give a damn about you. But, expect more tribalistic, rhetoric and all. And I'm just telling people to, chill out, use your brain, decipher, listen to both sides. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. But, tribalism is going to rip this country and this world apart. And we just can't allow them to push us into an us and them, because the only people this benefits are the people in power. It just destroys the little people. But if we are too busy squawking at each other, we can't pay attention to what in the hell they're doing.
He had it on, but he took it off.
Yeah, I switched out hats. I don't know. I was just feeling a different.
He's feeling
vibe.
saucy tonight.
Feeling a different vibe tonight, and this is kind of what I look like every day.
He's feeling saucy tonight.
So, yes, this is me in the rough. Rough.
This is me in the rough.
Very rough.
Believe it or not, I don't have a bra on tonight.
I don't think that we need to be sharing that kind of stuff.
I don't know how anybody couldn't tell.
Well, I don't know.
The other thing that I don't understand about the zombie apocalypse is
What don't you understand about it? Yes.
There's some plot holes.
Just wait.
So no, okay.
Okay.
So if you get bitten by a zombie, if you don't cut off that appendage, or if you can't cut off that appendage, you turn into a zombie, right? Right. But how if okay, so in the first season, at the end of the first season, they're at the CDC and the CDC guy shows them how the thing does the thing, right? Vibe. And basically what it does is after you die, your brain restarts, but only your brain stem restarts, which is what causes motor functions, basic primal movements for food. That's it. Makes you go for food.
Well, the infection kills you when you're bit.
Yes.
And then the other virus, whatever, restarts.
So my question is what is the infection that is killing you? Because if only the brain stem's working, then your salivatory glands, if you are a zombie, your saliva glands are not working. They're not working. Zombies got wicked dry mouth.
Bacteria that's
for
grown
days.
in it.
For days. But if it's the bacteria that's grown in it, wouldn't you be able to treat it with some kind of topical antibiotics? I know bites from any animal can be nasty, but like with some oral antibiotics and some topical antibiotics, would you not be able to treat the zombie bite per se?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Because also
it's just an immune strain.
Because also everybody's already infected with the virus. Once you die, you turn into a zombie. Even if you die of natural causes, guess what? Zombie.
Right.
So with that logic, why would you not be able to treat the infection and not die?
Maybe because it's an antibiotic resistant strain. We don't have anything that can treat it.
But you're already infected with it. Everybody's already infected with it.
Right, but I think it's two different things. The thing that restarts you as a zombie is one thing. The infection that kills people is a totally different thing.
You think so?
Yes. It's not the same thing. The virus that restarts the brain and makes you a zombie is a virus that's already in the body.
Right.
I think the infection comes from a bite that is not part of the actual virus.
But
so it's something that the zombies get after
they've been zombies.
Right.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Something they develop?
That's what I think.
Because like you could circle back with that and be like, well, if they died of natural causes and they go out and they bite somebody, that person that they bit, if they didn't take care of their bite, they turn into a zombie.
Not necessarily unless they were bit by a zombie.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying you take a zombie that before they became a zombie, they just died of natural causes.
Yeah.
Right? They go out and they bite a person. Like they've been a zombie for like 2 minutes after dying of natural causes, and they go out and they bite a person.
Yes.
Does that person turn into a zombie?
Don't know.
Big thoughts.
Yeah.
Big thoughts.
If we ever have a zombie apocalypse, we will try it out on you.
And the other thing that I didn't understand is in a lot of the series, you see people drinking water that zombies have been floating in and them not immediately getting infected with the virus. You would think if the virus was something that was carried in their oral area or in their hands.
And sometimes you just have to suspend belief because it is Hollywood.
I know, but
this
big
isn't
thoughts.
a
big
documentary
thoughts.
on a zombie apocalypse.
Big thought. Well, that's what I wanted.
This is a graphic novel
But
that they turned into a TV show.
see, and this is part of the reason why I never watched it before, because I overthink it with all my extensive knowledges.
Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Big thoughts, bud. Big thoughts.
Right. Big thoughts.
thoughts.
Who would ever have thunked it? So I
Big
don't know.
thoughts.
I don't know, Caitlin. I just know that sometimes you have to enjoy entertainment for entertainment's sake.
I try to. It's hard.
It's hard.
This thing's constantly working in maximum overdrive.
Oh. Yep. I thought I smelled some hair burning.
Big thoughts. Big thoughts.
You get that from your mother.
The other thing is with how many people died that fast. I know mass hysteria took out a lot of the people when there was the initial fall.
Right.
Is what took out the majority of people. Mass hysteria from the virus. Because if everybody would have just chilled out and reacted in a chill manner, I feel like it wouldn't have been as bad as it was.
Probably.
In my opinion.
So, be prepared for the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, if the zombie apocalypse does start, you just got to remember you need to chill out. Chill out.
Well, I guess you could, depending on how close the zombies are.
There's big thoughts.
Big thoughts. Are you going to be putting in an underground shelter now?
No.
Okay, so you're not that concerned about the zombie apocalypse.
Think about maybe a tree house.
Oh, okay.
Not underground. You don't want to go underground.
Why not?
Because then what if they break in? Where are you going to go? Nowhere. You're underground.
The idea is they're not going to break in.
If you're in like a treehouse that's elevated to 3 stories above ground level, the high ground. You want the high ground in any kind of combat situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially over a mindless creature that just wants to eat you. If you have the high ground, you can take out that creature more easily.
You could.
Yes. Big thoughts.
Yep.
Big thoughts.
I will chill in my underground shelter and come up when needed, and you can chill in your treehouse. Yes. Who would ever thunk a cuckoo in a tree?
I feel like the underground isn't safe.
Well, yeah. Have you ever seen some of these shelters?
I mean, I've seen some of them.
Sure.
Like examples of them, yes. However, I don't know. Maybe it's like my deep-seated fear of like collapse.
Not these.
Like because like I think caves are cool, but like I would be afraid that it would collapse.
These are reinforced concrete.
I think that they're cool, but also there's the fear of collapse.
They're not going anywhere.
The fear of collapse startles me.
No, I don't think you would have to worry about that.
With no way out. That startles me.
Oh.
Big thoughts.
My thoughts are masterroacheesgarden.com. Make sure you check out our 10% off on our ambrosia nights. Can't beat this stuff. We are putting together the mystery box. We're working on it. And also on the Monday night program, we are going to be giving away some stuff. We're going to be giving away some of our products. We're going to be giving away some GrowFam stuff. So make sure you tune in starting.
Mrs.
February
Bearded
6th.
Buds is on.
Oh yes, I need to get in touch with you. I'm sorry, it's been a hell of a time for the last few weeks, but yes, I need to get in touch with you and talk about some stuff.
Sorry if I
So-
startled you.
No, I just thought you were having one of your episodes.
No.
No, and I soon realized that wasn't the case.
February 6th.
February 6th. February 6th will be our first show, Master Roachee Mondays, and it will be with Kate and I, and we are going to get into some different topics. It's going to be a different show than this,
Mm-hmm.
and I think everybody's going to dig it. We're gonna get your vibe up. We're going to tell you how to be healthier, and just deal with the day-to-day bullshit we all go through. And hey, I appreciate everybody out there, and want to send some positive vibes and my appreciation. Let me do something to help you. Let me, teach you something and to improve your life.
Big thoughts. When did The Walking Dead first come out?
Oh boy, I don't know.
I figured you would remember better than I did, like 2010, 2009.
Yeah, 9, 10, 8.
So
somewhere around there.
Back then, we weren't dealing with a gas shortage like we are now. However, my other big thought on the zombie apocalypse is
Yes.
like, if everything went down how it was portrayed in that show and there were just cars piling up the major highways and whatnot, how long, even with siphoning gas out of tanks, do you think it would take to run out of fuel? Because if there's only these small survival groups surviving and they keep a max of like 3-4 vehicles, I think the optimal method would be to learn how to create your own biodiesel.
Well,
And
that is a survival skill, and
just
having to be able to distill ethanol.
And just have diesel vehicles. Like, that would be the best way, because
Well, you can run gas engines on ethanol. You have to change a few things.
see
And it's kind of
that's
rough on the engine too.
big information. Well, because you got to think, if you're in this apocalypse type scenario, you're going to want to work with what is best going to function with your engine, because even though there's these cars littering the road, you don't know if the parts in the cars are viable. And yeah, and you don't know per se when certain parts on your vehicle are going to go bad, because that's another big thought that I've been having when I've been watching this show. Is I've been thinking about how my wheel of assembly is bad, and like, what would they do about that in the zombie apocalypse? Would they just go ahead and take the time and change it that way their vehicle was good, or do you think they'd just roll with it until it broke down and then they'd get another vehicle?
Probably that.
Big thoughts.
I'm thinking horses and wagons.
I think the horses are a good option. However, I think if you could figure out a way to synthesize your own biodiesel and you rounded up a few vehicles that ran off of biodiesel rather than ethanol, I think that'd be your best bet.
Oh yeah.
Because you could use horses, but then for like farther runs for supplies, you would need a vehicle.
Would you?
Maybe.
Well, very deep thoughts.
Big thoughts.
Deep thoughts from Caitlin. Never know what kind of deep thoughts she's going to have week to week. So,
Ash Grows is here.
Hey, Ash, I sent you that promo I was thinking about using. I think I'm going to add a few things to it. But yeah, see what you think. We've been talking up the Monday night show. We thank you for your generosity. So be sure to check out masterroacheesgarden.com. Got some good stuff there. We're going to have some good stuff coming. We do need to, Anna Marie, we did not get that salve sent out. It'll be going out this week. So I will let you know. And anyway, would you like to say goodnight, Kate? Of Oh So Deep Thoughts?
Big thoughts about the zombie apocalypse, y'all. Big thoughts.
Well,
This is why. This is part of the reason why I've never
Yes.
watched this show before, because like I said previously, this is like the second time I've said it. I'm just reiterating it for the folks. I overthink things. However, I feel like I would be one of the most prepared people to have on your squad in the zombie apocalypse because I've already overthought every single scenario.
well, there you go. If you want Caitlin on your squad for the zombie apocalypse, DM her
Oh, yeah.
and say, put me on your squad, or you can be on my squad. Well, very good, Miss Caitlin. I'm sure many people want you on their squad.
Ashgrove says, I saw it. I need to send you a copy without the background. Dreadful and I are sending love. Can't wait for Monday.
Wonderful,
Ash-
wonderful.
Ash said I'm on his zombie apocalypse team.
Oh, Ash, my friend, you have no idea
That's
what
a
you're
wise-
getting into.
That's a wise decision.
Uh,
Healthcare background. I can work on vehicles.
yeah, but I'll tell you what.
I can
before
grow
you make
food.
that decision, let me feed her a Red Bull and send her your way for 3-4 hours, and you may reconsider that decision.
Listen, I like to consider myself controlled chaos. Okay.
Well, I agree with half of that.
Controlled chaos.
Like I said, I agree with half of that. The chaos portion, at least.
Controlled chaos.
And no, nothing controlled.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Let me feed you a Red Bull and then a couple shots and see where the control is.
I have all of the controls.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to work on schoolwork, folks.
Right on. So, would you like to say goodnight, Kate?
Good night, guys.
Good night, and thank you for checking us out. And as always, peace, love, and good vibes, my friends. Have a great week. See you on Monday with Grow Fam.
Money,